Hola, hola. Hello, testing. Okay, it looks like my audio is working. Okay, so today we are working on another commission for an ancestry. We finished up the Pit Fiend. I didn't finish the Foundry on stream. I was having trouble with something and got help from the Discord, the Pathfinder 2e room in the Foundry Discord. Got that settled out and then finished the last few feats and sent it on to my commissioner. Commissionee? I think it's commissioner. But anyway, we're here working on another one. So this one is for the Warhammer Daemonette. A posture check. Hello, Kobold. I don't know if you can hear me or not because it says there are ads. Which I just saw. Excuse me, which I just saw. Let's say hello in chat if you can't hear me. And I'm gonna take a guess that you can't. So I will start restating things because I didn't know ads were running. I'm here now, just finished the ad. Okay. I didn't know that there were ads running, so I was talking. Okay. Hello. Thank you for the posture check. I was slouching. So I need to fix that. Or I guess I wasn't slouching, I was hunching. I was like bent forward instead of backwards. Or like my butt was where it was supposed to be, my back wasn't. Those words. So I finished the Foundry for the Pit Fiend Ancestry off screen, or off stream. I needed help from the Pathfinder 2e channel in the Foundry Discord for one of the feats, and then I got the rest of the feats finished out and sent on to the commissioner, or I think I'm the commissionee and they're the commissioner. I think that's how it works. But words. I have already done a little bit of work on the Daemonette. There's also a bunch of feats down here that don't belong to the Daemonette. They belong to an older ancestry that they're just there to hold space. So there's a little bit of work on the Daemonette here, but not nearly as much as I'd like. I was working on this one, having trouble, getting things, like having trouble focusing on work and stuff when, or like, hey, can you hold off on that and do the Pit Fiend? I was like, sure. So the Pit Fiend's finished, and now we're back to the Daemonette. And I've already done a Blood Brood ancestry for them as well. And I suspect there are at least 2 more in the future after this one. So I'm working on another ancestry. We got I got a message. 1 second. Oh, I need to tell them I don't need to write anymore. 1 second. Okay. Did it do another ad? Did it just do another ad? Or am I just whack? I don't know. But hello. Okay, you're still there. Okay. So this was the initial bit, their base abilities or base statistics. So they're uncommon, they have 8 hit points. They're medium, speed of 25 feet, though there's a heritage that changes that. I have charisma, dex, and free with a con flaw. And they have Daemonette and humanoid traits. This is a similar constellation to how the Blood Brood was done. It's not related to daemons in the way that you're probably thinking in terms of Pathfinder. These are based off of a creature type, a chaos demon type from Warhammer, which I have to look up and reference to get their details because I'm not like a Warhammer person. But they're a Slaanesh focused creature or ancestry. So they have like let me see if I can find. I pull this off screen because there's art that I do not think is probably going to be good for me to have on stream of Daemonettes. So I'll try and find one that's kind of reasonable looking. Like there's plenty that's fine. It's also that just there's some that really isn't good for the terms of service, you know? It's not necessarily the best example, but yeah, we can do the show me that, but bigger, please. Close enough. Oh, where'd it go? Why can I not drag this? I was just being weirdly laggy. Okay. Okay, I don't think this fandom page is playing very nice. Hi Mike. Or Mick. Hi Supercat. Ban the bot. Oof. The Daemonettes are mostly humanoid. They generally look somewhat feminine, but are overall androgynous or like not in the oh you can't tell way, more in the they're both way. And they have big claw hands. Sometimes they have little claw hands, but they mostly have big claw hands. And they're known for being fast and pretty ruthless on the battlefield. And I have to sort of, oops, wrong thing. They are servants of Slaanesh, but there's some I just want their information page. I don't want to go buy the minis. So they're servants of the Prince of Pleasure and Chaos, God of amoral pleasure, known as the bringers of joyous degradation, harbingers of endless delights, and children of Slaanesh. All that stuff. Wow. Fandom's website is just horrible. Like, I can't move my window or minimize it or anything. Anytime I open a fandom page, it's like that. Thank you, Supercat. Have fun doing whatever you're doing, or at least I hope it doesn't go poorly. And thank you for stopping by. So far, we have 3 heritages. I want to have 4 to 5. So we have the furtive Daemonette, and they're sort of more your infiltrators and such. They transform into humanoids to disguise their more monstrous forms. And basically, it's very similar to Kitsune in that, like, the tailless form or whatever they're called. Then there's the persuading Daemonette or Daemonette. I say Daemon just to keep it discernible verbally, but technically, this is the A is does not affect the pronunciation at all. Daemon is derived from the original Greek demon, which did not refer to demons in the way that we think of them in a sort of like Christianized culture, where we think of demons as like these things from a bad place, one way or the other. Essentially, demons were more like lesser gods, or they were in between gods and mortals, but they weren't like demigods in the sense that they weren't like the offspring of gods. So psychopomps were demons. Like the Vanth is based off of classical Greek psychopomps, and they were demons, or daemons. So we have the one that can change shape. We've got the persuading Daemonette, which they're trained in diplomacy, or another skill. And they gain extra context when they sense motive. So they're more about manipulating you, not by lying, but by playing off of how you already are, whether it playing into your emotions or whatnot. So they're very persuasive. They get and they're very good at discerning like what's going on with you. And then Speed Daemonette, which was a pun, Speed Demon. But they have a feat, which is just they get a level 1 feat that's available to all of them that gives them +5 movement speed, which I don't even think I've written, but that's what it does. It's just like Swift Hooves or Fleetfoot or whatever the elf feat is. And then their claws can have the agile trait instead of just being bigger. So they get to choose. Also as pincers, as a thing they all have a Pincer is an unarmed melee attack that deals 1d6 bludgeoning damage, has a versatile P and unarmed traits, and are in the brawling group. These pincers, despite their simplistic looking structure, are incredibly dexterous and can manipulate objects easily. They function as hands in all other respects, except that they do not grant the fist unarmed attack, do not grant the benefits of the agile trait to actions with the attack trait, such as grapple. If you have both a hand and a pincer, choose a chosen at character creation. You have both a fist and pincer unarmed attack. So you can choose either have two pincers or to have a hand and a pincer. And this is reflected in the fact that some of them are like that. Then again, some of them have 4 arms, which I might do. Because thinking about it, I don't have to restrict myself to like the OGL or the orc specifically in doing this, because it's a personal project in effect. So I can look at what they did for Starfinder 2e with multiple arms. So I might do that. I wonder if it should be a feat or a heritage. I don't know. We'll make it a level 1 feat. But make it a lineage feat. So let's actually go ahead and start making our first feats here. I'll come back to the heritages later, since my brain's working that way. Was it Swiftling Daemonette? Okay. Daemonette. Swiftling, feat 1. No need for this. You're quick. Crossing the battlefield in a blur of flesh and violence. You So this is elf feats. PF2e. Because there's wording I need to replicate off of this as well, but I cannot remember. Like, I remember the gist. It's like you can't. This doesn't stack with other similar feats. Elf feats, not all ancestry feats. Nimble elf. Hold on a second. Did they not include that in the remaster? Nephilim, come here. You still have the feat. I know you do. Nephilim. Nephilim feats. What was it? This nimble hooves. Okay. Okay, yeah, we will include that. I think elf is the only one that gets away with it not being there because they're the original one. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Your speed increases by 5 feet. Special. The speed increase from this feat isn't cumulative with any speed increase from other ancestry feats. Okay. There we go. There's Swiftling. Let's get rid of these feats from the other ancestry. Alright, so we have Swiftling. And we'll have it's Nimble Hooves if you're looking for the speed increase. Yeah, I found it. I was just actually having to get to it by going through the different pages. I guess I could have just searched it. I'm a dip. So we're gonna go with touched, or wait, no, T would actually be later. Touched by Lanesh. Your form bears additional blessings. For the sake of honestly not a ton, other than the fact that if you have an ability that says like you have to do something with a separate hand, or also just flavor wise, like your GM might say, well, you found these gloves, these magical gloves, but they don't fit your pincers, so like you would need to have them changed or something, whereas like you could put a glove on a normal hand. There's actually more technical benefit to having one hand and one pincer, because you can choose to have a non-lethal strike with the fist, whereas you'd have to take penalties. Taking 2 pincers seems worse. Yeah, I mean generally it is, which is one of the reasons I made it an option. But if you want to, like most Daemonettes have nothing but claws, or nothing but the pincers, so I wanted that to be an option, but I didn't want to forcibly sort of like go like, oh yeah, you don't get your non-lethal unarmed attack, you have to take a penalty to do that. So there's a number of reasons, most of which are narratively driven rather than mechanically driven. Like having a hand, like the pincer functions as a hand for abilities and activities that require a hand. That's just so that it's not absolutely horrible to have the pincer. But you know, you might still be in situations where it's like, wow, it would be great to have, you know, 5 fingers or 4 fingers and a thumb, you know. Additional blessings from the Prince of Pleasure. You have 4 arms. Tipped with your choice of hands or pincers. Oh, this needs lineage. Daemonette. lineage. Or pincers. Or arms. SF2e. I can't find it written down online, so I'm just gonna go open the playtest PDF. I just have to find where I put it. One benefit of the of having two pincers would be like if you had somebody grappled, that takes one of your pincers, and like if you also wanted to be able to attack with the other one, which it's stronger than your average fist attack. So it's a somewhat niche option there, I guess. That would be one reason. But yeah, generally it is better to have both, just for variety. Under 2E field test. OpenZ. Come over to this page. Give me my wording for multiple arms. Where's my Kasatha? Was it not the first? Okay, multiple armed characters. There we go. All right, answers. You have 2 additional arms. With your choice of hands or pincers, you can more items and opens than typical using your additional arms, performing actions with multiple pairs of arms concurrently is a challenge and can't be done without intensive training. You must designate a pair of hands as your active hands. You can change this designation from one pair of hands to another by taking the switch active hands action, which is an interact action. Or you can switch from one pair of active hands to another nation as an interact action. You can only attack with weapons wielded in your active hands. Only attack with weapons raise shields. Activate items wielded in your active hands. I'm going a little safer than they posit it there in the field test, because I know there was a lot of discourse about it. So I'm playing it a little on the safe end by adding a couple more stipulations. But I will sort of note that if we get if it's the same like later on down the line, just loosen it up to be this, because that could be very strong. You can only attack with weapons. It being the only real restriction means that you can like hold extra potions and wands and all sorts of stuff. You can and like even now this still leaves a lot open. Technically speaking, you can still grapple, trip, disarm, grab an edge, climb. What else needs an open hand? On the spell components are gone, I think. Or well, there you can like there might be a couple of other niche instances where having these hands is still good. Beyond just having swap efficiency, basically. Because basically doing this kind of lets you have the fighter feat, the new fighter feat that's like, you can swap two things when you swap. And technically, like, you don't have to have A set of hands, B set of hands. You have 4 hands. One pair, like say you have hand A, B, C, and D, and you're using hands A and D, or A and B. When you interact to swap hands, you can still use A and then like switch B to C or B to D or A to C or what have you. It doesn't have to go from A and B to C and D. At least that's my interpretation. But this is a lineage, so you have to take it at level 1. We have ads, it would seem. Ads, I think. You 2 additional arms. You have 2 additional arms. Sit with your choice of hands or pincers, but you must have at least 2 pincers. Oh, I'm spelling pincer like the Pokemon. Whoops. Okay. Improved Daemonette, pursuing Daemonette, speed Daemonette. I think the ads are over. So So yeah, I think that's a decent way to handle it for now, at least. I did add that you must have at least 2 pincers up here, between your forearms, and that's just to sort of match the aesthetic a bit more. It's not at that point. It's not going to make a huge difference because you can have any therefore combination. Oh, I remember one of the thing. Oh, here. During character creation, if you gain additional pincers, from an ancestry feat, you may choose whether or not they are agile when you gain them. And the reason this is a choice is because of barbarians. Barbarians and rogues. Because if I remember correctly, you don't get your full bonuses to rage if it's an agile weapon. And there are just some instances where you don't want agile, even though they're relatively niche. I still make it a choice. Be Daemonette, maybe R could be in between these two. Ripper Daemonette. One of your pincers. I keep spelling it like the Pokemon, dang it. One of your pincers is much larger. It deals 1d 8 damage instead of 1d6 and gains the grapple trait. Gains the grapple, grip, and disarm trait. And you might be thinking, they already count as hands. What's the point? The point is if you put on hand wraps of mighty blows, the +1 to hit also applies to grapple, trip, and disarm attempt. Disarm, right. If you gain additional pincers via an ancestry feat, you may choose you may choose for it to be similarly enlarged. You must otherwise maintain at least 1 hand or normal pincer. And the reason for that is going to be a small drawback. However, this pincer is less deft than your others. Any attempt to utilize fine motion or to wield an item solely in the enlarged pincer suffers a -2 status penalty to its checks or DC. Inflict a -2 status penalty to checks. Any associated checks. Like if you're two-handing, like if you have a two-handed weapon, it's not going to affect that. But if you got like a short sword in your big claw, it's not going to go so well. Grapple, trip, and disarm traits. I think that balances it out. And so, they also, if they get more, they can have the big ones, or they can keep normal sized pincers. And then I think we have a level 5 feat that also grants an extra arm, but don't put Touched by Slanesh on it. Blessed Arms. The blessings of the blessings of Slanesh. Fill your body, giving you additional wounds. You gain an additional arm or 2 if you had less than 2 arms, or less than 2 arms, less than 4 arms. This otherwise functions as shown in Touched by Slanesh. Have, maybe? Have. And then special, you can take this feat multiple times. You can take this feat multiple times, so 4 feet multiple times to a maximum number of 6 arms. Multiple times, so long as you have less than 6 arms. There we go. So you've got this one which will fast track you to 4 at level 1, but you have to take it at level 1. Whereas this one you could choose to take later. And actually we'll get rid of the or 2 if you have less than 4 arms. You gain an additional arm, which may be tipped, a hand, or pincer. This otherwise functions as shown in Touched by Slanesh. You can take this feat multiple times so long as you have less than 6 arms. There we go. So you can either invest early and get basically 2 extra arms really early on, or wait and just end up with, I think, a maximum of 5 arms if you don't do that. Daemonette. Right. I think probably the 4 heritages is good. So we just need to worry about feats, which means I need to go read up some more about these demons, because I don't actually know that much about them. And can we please have the fandom website not be completely horrible, please? a steed of Slaanesh. They're weird licky lizards. Mm-hmm. Okay. Revel in sensation reaction. Daemonette. Trigger. A creature is a creature. An adjacent creature is becomes affected by an emotion effect, or you successfully strike a creature affected by an emotion effect with an unarmed strike, an unarmed attack. I don't know. You up of the emotions of the triggering creature, reveling in its pain, pleasure, sorrow, or any pain, wrote its euphoric sensation until the end of your next turn. You gain a +1 status bonus to gain a Status bonus to one of the following options. Bullet. Plus 1 to attack roll, attack damage rolls. Plus 5 feet to your speeds. Plus 1 to saves. Plus 1 to skill checks. Following option. Wait, your speeds, not capital. Emotion, simple. Got another one that sort of runs on a similar vein of thought. It's pleasure from pain. Daemonette. You are familiar. You are sensate. Nature inures you to pain. Even causing you to enjoy it. When you attempt a save against an effect that against an effect which primarily applies itself through pain, such as spells, PF2e. Pain, such as the phantom pain. Such as a phantom pain spell. You gain a +2 status bonus to your save. Additionally, reduce the additionally, if such an effect would thicken or brighten you, treat its value as 1 lower. Treat its value as 1 lower. Value as 1 lower. Saying I shouldn't do it. Additionally, such an effect would sicken or frighten you. Treat its sicken or frighten value. Treat the sicken or value as 1 lower. If you critically succeed against an effect, you gain temporary hit points equal to half your level minimum 1 that lasts for 1 minute. I think that's a neat thing they can do. That fits into their whole shtick. They can turn attempts to make them feel pain into benefits and also just tolerate that pain better in general. Primarily applies itself through pain, such as the phantom pain spell. A +2 status bonus to your save. The effect would sicken or frighten you. Treat the sicken or frighten value as 1 lower. If you critically succeed against such effect, gain temporary hit points equal to half your level that lasts for 1 minute. This is a mental. This is an emotion. Emotion and mental effect. So like you can disable a couple of these things by casting calm emotions on them. They won't be able to get their temp HP if they're calm emotion. They won't be able to benefit from revel and sensation when they're calmed. amoral, indifferent, prerequisites. You are sanctified, holy or unholy. Actually, leave that out. We'll amoral inference. You dictate that pleasure is neither good nor evil, and refuse to allow it to be adherent to either philosophy when a holy or unholy creature attempts to, let's see, I need to see if there's traits in this arm. To manipulate you or an ally within 30 feet with an emotion effect that gives them pleasant sensations or improves their demeanor, such as harm, soothe. I think soothe is an emotion effect. Soothe. Yep. Such as charm, soothe. What did I do? Charm, soothe, or cult spell. Let's take a quick scan. We can narrow it down with the emotion traits. Emotion. Laughing fit. No. La. Soothe or laughing fit. You deal. You gain a status bonus. You damage against that creature. Or laughing fit. You deal an additional 1d4 spirit damage to that creature for 1 minute. You deal an additional 1d4 spirit damage to that creature for 1 minute, and triggering any weakness to holy or unholy that they may have. And just make it 1 spirit damage. No, we'll make it 1d4 so that way it's not poop. If they're not actually holy or unholy. Or if they don't have the weaknesses, I mean. Because like an undead might be unholy, but not have the weakness to holy. Or an ally within 30 feet of you. Motion effect that gives them pleasant sensations or improves their demeanor, such as charm, soothe, or laughing fit. You deal an additional 1d4 spirit damage to that creature for 1 minute, triggering any weaknesses to holy or unholy damage they may have. Cool. Inference. Be appropriated by their philosophy. I think I'm actually gonna take this. I'm gonna make it a level 5 feet and give it no. We'll just make it level 5. Yeah. Motion effect that gives them pleasant sensations or improves their demeanor, such as charm, soothe, or laughing fit. You deal an additional 1d4 spirit damage to that creature for 1 minute. Your strikes against that creature deal an additional 1d4 spirit damage for 1 minute. I'm going to go grab a drink, so I'm gonna run a short ad, hopefully to prevent any other ads from popping up. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I got my drink. And we have Closed Arms, Amoral Inference, or Amoral Interference. I think actually fits better. You're sick. Actually, this should be. After this minute ends, you cannot benefit from a moral interference against that creature. For 24 hours. There. So we're actually doing pretty good. That's so far got several feats. We got our lore to do. Probably do that last because it'll help to have a better general understanding of them before I actually do the lore. Let's go read a little bit more about them. temptation, touch. Requisites. That doesn't. Trained in diplomacy. When you attempt to make an impression against a creature, if you make physical contact with them, physical contact with them, they become filled with a words. A subtle ecstasy, filled with a subtle ecstasy, granting you a +1 status bonus to your diplomacy check. This adds the manipulate rate to make an impression. Make an impression request. To make an impression against or make a quest of a creature. If you make physical contact with them, they become filled with subtle ecstasy, granting you a +1 status bonus to your diplomacy checks. This adds the manipulate trait to the attempt to make an impression. This adds a manipulate trait to these activities. Better info flow. You may add the elate trait to make physical contact with them, provided you are able. This fills them with a subtle ecstasy, granting a +1 status bonus to your diplomacy check. If you are trained in intimidation and diplomacy or intimidation. when you attempt to demoralize or coerce a creature, you instead rack them with pain, granting you the same bonus to intimidate to your intimidation. Special for persuading. Special. If you are a persuading demonette, you Daemonette, and you have successfully determined the creature's emotional state by with sense motive beforehand. The bonus, the status bonus +2 instead. Until the creature's emotional state changes. Instead, as you leverage their emotions against them, we apparently have an ad coming up in about a minute and a half. Okay. A little more reading. Okay, so they get spells. Whisper into dreams and nightmares, fueling desires. There. All right, so that gives us another level 1 feat. What was it? Message. Message and pigment, is it? Yeah. Adept. Seer. No. Adept. Adept. Corruptor. You have some minor magic at your disposal to whisper to the weak and tempt the and tempt those of fragile resolve. You can cast pigment and message as divine innate spell. Normal 4 cantrips. Use Peyton. There. I don't need to add that. Cast cantrips. Cast the pigment and message cantrips, divine innate spells. Generally, the level 1 version of a feat either gives you 1 spell with modifications, 1 spell but you get to pick it, or multiple spells. All of which are cantrips. Yes, it's divine innate spells at will. Even though that's kind of built into it. Let's look at pigment and message, see how they may have changed. Because I haven't looked at them directly since the remaster. 120 feet, one creature. Pigment. Duration sustain. 30 feet. Create a simple illusory sound or vision. Auditory vision as a visual trait. No larger than 5-foot cubes, clearly crude and undetailed if viewed from within 15 feet. When you cast or sustain the spell, you can attempt to create a diversion with the illusion, gaining a +2 circumstance bonus to your deception check. If the attempt fails against the creature disbelieves the figment. Okay. Interesting society note that visual figments can give both cover or concealment, but not both for a medium or smaller creature. It does not block line of sight, which is interesting. I think that's probably our unique level ones. We'll get a lore one in here, which will just be right down here. So Daemonette lore. So I get a message. It's a video. I will watch that later. Your kind does. No, not your kind. Your people. Always serve the hours of pleasure. But best how to make others see your way of things. You become trained in diplomacy and deception, or another skill if you are pretty trained in either. So lore feat. I know that they get additional lore now. Diplomacy or deception. And religion. You're already trained in either. Let's do their sentence, it's better. region. You also gain the additional lore general feat for your choice of Daemonette lore, entertainment lore, or torture lore. Diplomacy, deception, intimidation, and religion. You would automatically become trained in one of those skills from your background or class, for example. You instead become trained in a skill of your choice. Or torture lore. Active magics. Magics bestowed on you from beyond the veil, allowing you to sway others with ease. You can cast Charm as a divine innate spell once per day. Per day. If you have successfully succeeded in attempt to coerce or make an impression against the target of your charm, they suffer a -1 status penalty to their save against it. Like, that's one of the things that, like, technically speaking, just the first part of this is the appropriate power level for level 5 feet. But I always think that it feels flat, like if they don't have something a little unique to them. Charm in the past hour they suffer a -1 status penalty to their save against it. To their will save against it. Exactly, just trauma. No. Okay. So let's get some inspo from other level 5 feats. I don't think they have tails. As a first strength. An innate spell once per day. If you succeed in attempt to coerce or make an impression against the target, determine the past hour, this over -1 circumstance penalty. Their will save against it. We do reference. Become capable of shifting to better suit your needs. Once per day, you can the appearance humanoid creature. This functions as humanoid form, I think it's called. Humanoid form. Oh, that's a level 2 spell. So this, well, this one will just be 9 feet instead. Or wait, no, hold on. Is it illusory disguise? Okay, this functions as shifting how others perceive your form to better suit your names. Once a day, you can take on an appearance of a human. Another creature. This functions as illusory disguise. As illusory disguise. Appearance of another creature. Casting illusory disguise as a divine. That needs to be just reworded completely. You can cast illusory disguise as a divine innate spell. Special. If you are a furtive demonette, Daemonette. Can also change your appearance, change the appearance of your humanoid form you enter when you change shape as an activity that requires 1 day of downtime. Needs or theirs. At 9th level, a that used to cast humanoid form. Spell once per day that used to cast human. Ninth level. From small Raid. Storm. Daemonette. Downtime. Who the fuck? Okay. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Alright. So I think we're good for level 1. I want a couple more level 5s. Then we got 9, 13, and 17 to worry about. But it's hot. I'm kind of tired. It was a long night. It's been a long day thus far as well, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and find somebody to raid, and we'll call it there for now. We're going to go raid Phoenicia. They're playing Pathfinder 2e.